Hello everyone and welcome to another Historic video. So today we're taking a look at Jund Midrange in Historic format. So finally I'm taking a look at Jund in Historic format. Jund has really come a long way. Jund was kind of a thing in Historic before when Crucius was a thing, but even then Rakdos version was just kind of better in my opinion. So Jund really didn't have room to shine. But now, I think there's a legitimate reason to actually try Jund Midrange in Historic because of the Arena Anthologies. So a couple of new cards that we got recently. We have the much needed Ignoble Hierarch, which is the 1-mana Mana Dork. Just an absolutely fantastic card. Does a lot of damage despite not having any power at all because of the keyword Exalted. And another card that we're going to be playing that pairs up really well with the Ignoble Hierarch is a Davi Voidwalker. This card has the keyword Shadow, which means creature cannot be blocked by other creatures without the keyword Shadow on the creature. If you pair this card up with something like a Hierarch, it's just going to keep attacking with that exalted damage bonus without opponent being able to block every single turn. So the damage does add up, but this also has a built-in graveyard hate, which is pretty cool. Every time a card goes to the graveyard, it gets exiled with a void counter on it, and you can basically sacrifice this anytime you want to play that card for 0 mana. But what's really cool about that is the void counter gets shared across any void walkers in your deck. So let's say if you copy this card with something like the Kiki-Jiki, the copied void walker can actually sacrifice itself because it has haste from Kiki-Jiki and play a card from opponent's exile with a void counter on it, which is also another bonus as well. The other card that we got is the Chain Lightning, another much needed card, giving the Jund deck a little bit of reach, and the 3 damage can basically get rid of any small creatures in the Historic format, which is also a bonus as well. And finally, now we have the 2 Goyfs. We have the Baragoyf and we have the Pyrogoyf. Now, these 2 cards are extremely powerful even in Timeless. So just kind of imagine this card in Historic, which is quite absurd. If you're playing something like Red, how are you ever going to kill any of these Baragoyfs or Pyrogoyfs in Historic format? But what's really nice, playing both of these cards in the same deck means that if you have the Pyrogoyf and the Baragoyf comes down, the Baragoyf is going to deal death touch damage to any target because of the Pyrogoyf's text. So this interaction actually gets rid of anything unless it has a protection. So this interaction is something you should know if you're going to play this deck. And at the same time, the Kiki-Jiki comes in again. If the Kiki-Jiki copies a Pyrogoyf, the Pyrogoyfs are actually going to look at each other, dealing double the damage. Because the Pyrogoyf, unlike the Baragoyf, has an ETB that triggers off of other Lurgoyf creatures entering the battlefield. So because of that, Fable of the Mirror Breaker becomes a very pivotal card in Jund, being able to use not only the Voidwalkers, but the Goyfs as well. So if you're going to be playing Jund, you definitely want to check out the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And of course, being in Jund, we have the 2 copies of Jar Soul. This is not a new card, but this card actually became a lot better as a result of all these new cards coming into Historic format. So now it has more removal options. Instead of just Fatal Push, you also have Chain Lightning. Even if a Mana Dork dies, such as Ignoble Hierarch, you can get the Ignoble Hierarch back from the graveyard. And because we have even more powerful 3-drop, a card like an Unearth becomes really powerful because the Jar Soul can unearth back a Baragoyf from the graveyard. So honestly, this should be pretty fun. So thanks to that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Historic Best of 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop over. All right. Let's give this a shot. Giganta? Not really sure what Giganta is in a Historic format. We'll see. Thoughtseize? This could be Jund. Opponent could be on Jund. Doesn't seem like they are in Jund though. So, unfortunately, there's a Perilous iteration. I might actually... Am I just playing both of these out here, or... I might just be playing out both of these and just discarding the Pyrogoyf, unfortunately. Now that I see a Ether Hub, seems like maybe a Mardu? Okay, come on, opponent. How are you so lucky? How are you so lucky here? How are you so lucky? Okay. Seems like it's a nice Charcel turn. Let's get rid of an Esper Sentinel. A Flage. A Flage. So, if I kill this Amped Raptor with this Lightning Bolt, I probably shouldn't. So there's 5 cards in the graveyard, so they're gonna be able to actually use this soon. Which isn't good. That is a lot of Bajani's and... So this is kind of bad. They actually have everything set up to kind of just win the game, you know? Actually, attack first. Get rid of that. Kind of hoping they just play a Johnny, but there's a good chance opponent just plays you know, the Juggernaut Peddler here.
Nothing can break our bond.
Okay, I'm quite happy with the outcome. We've somehow survived Goblin Bombardment plus a Johnny. But they currently have all the lands. The graveyard. So if they draw land, I might lose the game. Alright, well, goodbye, my creatures. So what can we draw? Like, another Jar Soul's pretty good. A land is pretty bad. Oh, because of the Ether Hub, they can't play the Flage right now. We're definitely not in a good spot. So they're gonna be even able to play the Flage next turn, from the looks of it. Not really sure how we're gonna win. It needs to be like a Pyrogoyf on top. Pyrogoyf would win me the game here. Oh, wow. They heard me. They actually heard me. Okay, opponent. Oh, nice top deck.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
I don't think there's a single card that gets me out of this.
Tooth and claw, I will have vengeance to me!
Yeah, even if the Baragoyf here comes out, it's just dead, right? I'm just dead because of Flage. Like, unless they like severely misplays, we're just dead.
Let fury ignite your heart!
Alright. Let's have some calling ritual, shall we? I also want a copy of a surgical, but I don't think I want like more than one copy of surgical. And I think I just want like one copy of a haywire. Like, I feel like that should be good enough. Actually, instead of a surgical, is a gold blank even better? Maybe? Liliana's awful for sure. I think Thoughtseize is actually pretty awful. Try this. You know, coming from Timeless, it's actually not very thrilling to see Energy be the first deck that you play against. So far, the Hierarch has been pretty good, I think. Milling the Calling Ritual there wasn't good, obviously. Ooh, go blank. I'll wait on the go blank for now. Crucius. What? That's actually kind of interesting. I think I'm just gonna go Pyrogoyf immediately. Get rid of a Crucius here. It's pretty good. The opponent actually has to get rid of this Pyrogoyf because of the Fable. Just a lot of removal spells coming out, right? Just a lot. So, I mean, they have 3 cards. I could just go blank here. I feel like go blank here is pretty good. Okay, let's say I go Fatal Push on the Raptor, attack with the Goblin Shaman, and I play this. I have 4, 5, 6 mana. I don't have enough to play all of these. I'll just play the Barragoyf and pass. The problem with playing the Go Blank out right now is if you know, Flage comes out, they still have a bunch of permanents on the battlefield, which is gonna go to the graveyard, right? I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's attack with the Barragoyf. I know I can copy with the Reflection and Kiki, but I want to wait. So opponent blocked. Let's say I go blank here. Is it gonna die? I have a land, sorcery, creature, instant speed. So it would be 4/5, and then we're getting rid of enchantment. So it should live. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, so it seems like Go Blank is actually kind of decent. It was actually pretty effective. Maybe I want more copies of it instead of the Voidwalker. Try that out. Mulligan into a keep. In the bottom of the Paragoyf. Ooh, Prismatic Vista. Goblin Bombardment immediately. We don't have any instant speed removals, unfortunately. This is actually looking pretty bad because opponent started with the just like pass into bombardment, right? So currently I need Calling Ritual. Calling Ritual. So I could Chain Lightning this and then Beseiju? Maybe I'll just do that. And we'll just Chain Lightning. They even play Surveil Land.
To the hunt.
Not happy with this outcome for sure.
Traitors will be punished. To me!
Not at all. So what do we need right now? We need a Calling Ritual and a Go Blank. We need 2 of them to actually come out here.
More join our cause.
Okay, Perilous Iteration. Decent start. I should probably keep the Prismatic Ending in case I have to go Perilous Iteration plus another card. Ooh, there we go. Let's play the Baragoyf. Devout Decree. So how are we gonna get rid of a Flage though?
Let fury ignite your heart.
They can actually hardcast this Flage next turn. Oh wow. Okay, never mind. Game over. Game over. This is actually insane. Okay, I actually got lucky. Like, I'll admit, I just got lucky. Like, that's it. I had no business winning, and I just top decked the best card.
I need time.
Wow. Actually nuts. You know what? Like, that was just too filthy. Like, I don't know what to say. I mean, one thing I'll say though. Good sideboarding, right? Good sideboarding. Oh my god. What were these top decks? Okay, we got a rematch. We got a rematch here. Double Amped Raptors. Maybe I shouldn't have even played the Ignoble Hierarch. In case Amped Raptor hits like a removal spell. Please hit a Flage. Or 3 on the card. Oh, now that is called Punish. Punish. So, I actually need to Fatal Push this, right? So that this doesn't die to Flage. Ooh. Into a Johnny.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Okay, let's play the Fable. So they can technically transform the Ajani, but I'm not really sure if they want to do that. Like, they can ping their own Ajani with the... Oh, never mind. So, let's say Bombardment on the Baragoyf, transform the Ajani. Never mind. I don't think it's actually going to kill it. They can kill everything else, though.
We are enemy. Into the
Hmm. Ooh. What do we kill, actually? I can get rid of either the Goblin Bombardment or the Ajani, right? This is actually kind of tough. They're blocking here and then firing the Goblin Bombardment on the Hierarch, right? So let's think about this. If I Abrupt Decay the Ajani post-combat, I don't gain 5 life. If I Abrupt Decay the Goblin Bombardment, this is 4 damage, right? On the Baragoyf. I think we just do this, get rid of Ajani.
Betrayed by my own people.
Let's pass. Oh, that's really bad. Now they get to even escape the Blage next turn. Hmm. So maybe it was actually correct to get rid of a Goblin Bombardment then? So this is not gonna do anything here. You just have to keep passing until we can find the removal spell for this Flage. Alright, we go next. Go Blink. Calling Ritual. Haywire Might. Get rid of a Thoughtseize. Draw the Voidwalker into a Liliana. I did not want to keep this hand. Wow. That's really bad. This was a... I just had my thumb on my spacebar. I accidentally pressed it. Might just lose here because of that. Okay. Thank God. Into a God of Soul. To another land. Attack. Wow, opponent's already at 12. Oscilla Pride. They basically gain back everything. But I guess the immediate threat is the Oslo Pride, right? Devout Decree. I wonder which one's better. Perilous Iteration has to be better, right? Nice. So, even though we don't have any like discard spells, the Voidwalker is actually decent. Now, I'm not really sure if it's correct to not have any discard spells with a card like a Voidwalker. But we'll see. It's funny that that hand that I kept, right, actually kind of worked out. Because I drew a singular land. A lot of thought seizes. Right? Oslo Pride. I guess we pass. So, by using the Abrupt Decay, I can technically do this. And then play an Oslo Pride. I'm not really sure if it's actually better than like a random woman card from a Fragment Reality, but you know. Maybe I should have actually attacked. Yeah, maybe I should have actually attacked.
Hunt down the deceivers! Share in my vengeance.
Alright, we need to find something like a Jarsel or something. Do we want another red? Let's grab another red. Wow. What a bad hit. What a bad hit. What a bad hit. But on the bright side, we did mill 3 lands in a row, so I guess that's not too bad. Corrosius! That's really good. Speaking of really good, are they just dead, by the way? Like, should I just attack and then Pyroglyph attack opponent? Oh man, this is... it's so much damage. I don't know. Especially because we have a Voidwalker. Like, they would have to have a removal spell here, right?
Where shall we hunt today?
So we'll see about that. Okay. That's a mulligan. That is also a mulligan. Alrighty. Not a good look. Especially against, Eldrazi going second. A lot of, exiles. We have so many bad cards against this deck. Maybe not. Give me a land. Oh, wow. Even better. Even better. So currently this is a 4/5. A Thought-Knot Seer. We can take one Thought-Knot Seer. And we draw a card. That's very unfortunate that they had a second Eldrazi Temple here. Otherwise, it would have been a Thought Seized. Unfortunate. Man, these 7-mana top decks. Alright. Damping Spear comes in. Dottie Voidwalker comes in. Liliana should be good. Go Blank. Fatal Push out? Kind of? They play Glittering Fleshraker and Eldrazi Linebreaker though. Chain Lightning out. Maybe I'll have like one Fatal Push? Something like that. I really want an early interaction or like a Voidwalker. Like, these cards aren't gonna do that, right? There we go. I think I'll just play the Voidwalker immediately to set up a gold blank. Hopefully I draw like 2 lands, you know? There we go. And then we go blank. I mean, I guess go blank doesn't really do anything. Technically. Technically speaking, because they have so many cards, like they can choose the ones that they want to keep, right? Bunch of lands. We need a damping sphere. We do need a damping sphere. Hieroglyph. If 2 of these are like big cards, I can see myself like Liliana plus get rid of something and then Voidwalker crack.
Something suspicious is going on. I'm tired of your secrets.
It's another land? How many lands did you have? Well, that sucks. They just had 4 lands to discard. So the Liliana's just gonna die here. And they're probably gonna be able to cast like a 7-1 card next turn. Wow. Yeah, luckily they just had lands. Feels bad. Yeah, feels a bit bad, isn't it? End of Dismember.
Knew this was a waste of time.
I think I'm gonna die before I can even attack with the Voidwalker, so I think I'll have to probably grab a Pyrogoyf, like chump block here and then Pyrogoyf one of the micro spawns. The thing is, like, they can just grab back the Devourer too at the moment. Like, this is all kinds of bad. So we're just dead next turn, right? Alright, GG's. You definitely need to get a Damping Sphere in this matchup. Alright, we're playing against Joganta. We know what Joganta is now. It's an energy. Let's actually play a Hierarch first. Whoa, it's not. It's not. Okay, so it's that kind of deck. If I want to power up the Pyrogoyf, I guess I need to do this. It feels so wrong though. So what should I do? I can Liliana this. Because this is pretty low powered at the moment. Maybe I just do this.
Enough with the mysteries. Now, one of your friends has to leave.
And then just kind of beef up this Paragoyf. Swip Sphere's teaching. I'm guessing Liliana's just gonna die here. No. Okay.
Don't overthink things.
Right. I think I'm just going to keep leaving up the Pyrogoyf. Oh, I forgot to play this. I lost 1 damage. Whoops. Symmetry Sage. Wizard's Lightning.
I'll be back with friends.
Him to the Aegis. If they can't kill the Kikijiki, they die, by the way. Alright, they're dead. Nice. Yeah, the Kikijiki is just so important. Go blank. Thoughtseize out. Calling rituals in. Edict. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna go down on a copy of a Voidwalker. Maybe even another copy. And give that a go. Right, opponent kept every card in hand, by the way. I think I need a removal spell. Otherwise, I'm gonna die. Well, sucks to be me. Yep, sucks to be me. I mean, if their turn isn't like too crazy, I have a shot. Really don't want to use Perilous Iteration. I think I'm just going to get this card back. Well, this isn't good. Like I said, I needed interaction, but I didn't get it. I think we're dead, actually. I think we're just dead. I did try to mulligan for it, but think going down to 5 cards is a little bit too much. Boom, 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 boom. Well, we're going first this time. And we have an Abrupt Decay. All right. This time around, it's going a lot better. Let's guard these two. Edict. I could have just kept this card to discard to the Fable, but you know. That's a good card to discard. That is a lot. A lot of Fable. How are they gonna kill a 5/6, by the way? They have to bolt twice? Okay. Honestly, the Fable is so sick in this deck. Alright, Giganta. A lot of Gigantas. I mean, technically we could have played Giganta, but I decided to play with the Voidwalker. This is Wizards again. I can deal with both of these, so I'm just going to get rid of that. So I feel like a 4/5 should be good enough, in my opinion. Like, unless they top deck exactly that 3 mana deal 5 damage card, the wizard card. Yeah, that's like the only card that can get rid of this. Oh wow, they actually top decked it. I shouldn't have jinxed myself. Okay.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. Off you go.
Pretty good. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything because it's going to jinx myself now. Okay, nice. Alright, so Edict. How did I sideboard again? Calling Ritual. And then we sideboarded out like a 2 Voidwalkers, right? And then we got rid of all the Thoughtseizes. And probably like go blank. Boom. A lot of insta keeps, which is good. So I'm gonna take the damage here and then probably Liliana. The following turn. Okay, I'm actually surprised they just played out the Arcanist like that. Expressive Iteration. I think I'll just play the Fable. Or I could just play Rumble into leaving up a Fatal Push, and I just take the damage here. This deck is actually a little bit different to the one we played last game. Right? Alright, Symmetry Sage. I think I'm just gonna Liliana.
This is my home, and I don't have. One of your friends has to leave.
Illuminating Slash.
Luck favors the foolish, after all.
If they don't play any like creature, I might just go blank here. My Barragoyf is a 4/5. What are we missing? A land? We need a land in the graveyard for this to be a 5/6. Wait, but if I play the go blank, I'm gonna lose a bunch of power. Well, I feel like it doesn't get better than that. We just play out the Barragoyf. Good mill. Like, it's a 5/6. Oh my god, this card just insta wins. What? This deck was actually very sick, by the way. We did get absolutely wrecked by Eldrazi, so maybe perhaps we could use more Damping Spheres in the sideboard, but I thought the deck was actually quite sweet. We have some pretty nice techs. We have like a 1 copy of Unearth to get back Jarsoul, and then Jarsoul can unearth another card from the graveyard. Conveniently, the Unearth has a lot of targets. You could unearth Hierarch if you really need to, Voidwalker, Barragoyf, Jarsoul, which are all valid targets. The Fable is actually really sick in the deck. To the point where maybe we should be playing 4 copies of it. But I decided to try out one copy of Liliana because since we're already playing Voidwalker, which is double black, and that means I can't play something like a Giganta. So I was thinking maybe we should also try out Liliana since she's double black. We have a little bit more reason to play a deck without Giganta. And turns out the Liliana was actually really sick today. The Baragoyf against the Izzet deck was just insane. Because we play Liliana, which is a Planeswalker, enchantment, creature, sorcery, instant speed, and a land, the Baragoyf itself can grow to a 6/7, which is kind of cool. And that means like even like a double chain lightning doesn't get rid of it, which is going to be quite relevant. Especially against an energy deck as well, right? We also played against like double energy today, double Izzet wizards. The two Izzet wizards were a little bit of a different build. One was trying to win with the chorus, and the other one was trying to win with something like a Quarry Steel Cutter. And honestly, this deck has a lot of removal spells, a lot of interaction, like a Giga Classic Jund, in my opinion. So if you're a fan of Jund and haven't tried out Historic, maybe try this out. I think this deck is pretty sick. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.